This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
This is Manchester United we're talking about. Anyways, looks like there might be some new Mbeumo updates, all of that, yada, yada, yada. We'll get through it. But final offers incoming. You can see that Brentford are looking at Amari Hutchinson as a replacement, which is actually a good indication that says that the deal is probably going to be done within any time this week. I don't know when. It's probably about timing more than anything, in my opinion. But I haven't exactly been around the weekend. I can't lie. I need, sometimes when you do so much, I don't know, streaming, it just takes a toll. When it's hot as well. Oh my, like this weekend was hot. Sitting in a chair when it's absolutely hot is not the one. So here I am back on the grind as it is. I don't think it's going to get much warmer, but as long as it's not 30 degrees, oh my word. We see Chelsea are still in contact with Garnacho. I think it's recycled news, but there's apparently some sort of issues with the agency and his agent and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? We see this Garnacho, Rashford with his loan stuff to Barcelona. According to Fabrizio, not much has actually gone on. So someone has been telling porcupines about this Rashford situation. But it could be true because it's going against Matteo Moretto's word. So we'll see who's in the right here. Or maybe just playing it down a little bit, trying to keep it quiet. It's a bit of a slow news day. Laurie Whitwell is not a fraud journalist. He's our tier 1. He's from The Athletic as well. So, but yeah. Let's talk about this Mbeumo stuff. But before we do that, please smash the likes. Likes are super important. You know what it does for a video or a channel or anything. You get the new subscriber potentially. Goes out to other people's feeds. All that good stuff. Anything there. Big up anyone that's actually around. If you're asking where I got this from. You know what? I actually got it from the TikTok shop. It's like I got it for like a $5. Yeah, about £5 or £6, something like that. I was going to get the other one. But yeah, it's decent. It's all right. So yeah, you know what it is. I see United with this Brazilian goalkeeper. Apparently, there is actual serious interest, and there probably is serious interest because it's only what 6 million, something like that. I don't even know what he's worth, but I'm actually, you know what? Yeah, just talking on the goalkeeper part, I actually quite like the thought of trying to trial out. What's his name? That Vitek, one of our youngsters. Apparently, he had a successful loan spell again over in Austria. I think he was in a championship club the year before or during the season, but he went out there and apparently he was showing some good qualities. 6'6", he's a giant, you could say, the Courtois height. You can see that he's got very good reactions. He's decent enough with his feet. I mean, I'm actually eager to see him in pre-season. Andre Onana being injured is actually, you know what? It actually is a blessing in disguise. Whether you like it or not, I don't wish injury on no one, but if you want to move forward, sometimes there has to be a sacrificial lamb along the way, and he might have to be that. Means United might have to act on that part, but probably not on a goalkeeper that's going to cost you 20-30 million. If you still have Onana around, there's no way you're paying for a goalkeeper. That's what Emi Martinez's price. It don't make any sense to me. We should be looking at top goalies, but we're not. There's our Discord here if anyone's interested as well. If you're a United fan, Chelsea, Arsenal, it doesn't actually really matter. You probably heard it enough times, but on here, this is our Discord where a lot of us are. So yeah, please have a look at that. What do you mean? Is you say what was you saying, Mustafa? You see the third bid. Where's the third bid? What's going on here? Have you seen something? Big up for a score for a super sticker as well. Let me double check that. Don't get me gas now. Fenerbahce are set to meet. No, they're not. Then Fenerbahce is set to meet Manchester United this week to try to secure. You think Marcus Rashford's going over there? You must be out of your damn mind. That's definitely not happening. But I ain't seen no actual bid yet. It's just, it's your prediction. I think the third bid is pretty much in the bag. I think it's been loading for a while. with Brentford putting out soft launches as well for Amari Hutchinson, and there's going to be other players that they're going to be looking at as well. So don't expect that to be probably one of a few targets that might come out. But the fact that they're moving only now, in my opinion, for somebody brand new that plays you wouldn't really call him in Mbeumo's position. It's a little bit different. You can play him right wing, or you want to play him attacking mid in the middle of the field. I don't know where they view him, but young player. I think he's got actual talent as well. He's actually a really good pickup. You probably get him on a cheap considering he's down in the Championship with Ipswich now. So they paid, what, 20 million for him? So they're going to get somewhat similar price and another player as well that can play there. It kind of tells me everything I need to know as a United fan, because we wasn't getting that before. Do you remember before the last, what, is it 43, 44 days now? I think it's been, right, since the first bid? I think it was 44 days ago. Something along them lines. But we haven't seen anything from Brentford looking at alternatives. So now that that's come in, I reckon the bid's actually gone in. It's just going to take probably a day or two probably to come out. But don't take my word for it. It's not gospel, obviously. But it's just, I reckon there's going to be a 60 million up front, and United are going to probably cheap it out and try not even 5 million in add-ons, probably 4 million. From what we saw before, you know, Brentford wanted something close to 63 million, but they wanted a lot of that 63 million as like guarantees. So I do wonder what guarantees United are going to put on with the add-ons. It's just a matter of when are we going to know when his final bid is. You'll take it or leave it bid. And United, you know this, like United can't exactly, you can't underhand this one. You can't underplay the value of what Brentford want for this man. You know, we tried to play hardball. You know what? United get over the line. If United end up getting every single target that's needed, let's say this goalkeeper situation, let's see that, whatever, a central midfielder after, and then a striker, you'd probably say that United have probably got better in negotiations in terms of not being taken the piss out of, because we've been getting the piss taken out of for many, many years. United tax. Now you might know that if you want to go in with United, and in terms of negotiations, it might be a precedent where it's set that, oh, this is going to be a difficult one. They're not going to budge. I think that's what Jim Ratcliffe's whole idea, and United's, Jason Wilcox and Matt Hargreaves, when they go into negotiations, like, we're not going to be taking a piss out. That's literally the picture. But for us fans, you probably don't want to be seeing that right now. We're starving. And then when you're seeing other targets potentially leaving, it's like you can play hardball, you can set a precedent all you want, but other targets are looking like they're going to be going to other clubs. Time of the essence, they call it. July is the best month for getting players over the line. So when you're seeing Richard Rios linked with the likes of Roma, and they're putting down certain 22 million bids, and I see United's name being used by the Gazzetta, but Gazzetta, come on, man, let's be real. That's actually bullshit. I would like to know that we're going for Rios, or maybe he's holding out. Why is it not accelerated as quick as possible? United need to choose who their next central midfield target is. But from what we know, from what Laurie Whitwell said, and the rest of them are saying, is, well, we're not looking at the central midfield next. We're going in for the striker. So that kind of tells me, well, one, can we even move without these sales of Jadon Sancho, who we're getting underhanded, by the way? We're saying, what they're saying, 50 million euros or 50 million package. You must be out your fucking mind, right? But get rid of him. Rashford, we still don't know the situation with him. Garnacho, we'll talk about that in a second, but how likely are Chelsea to make a move for Garnacho is another question. It's just interest, right? Or keeping in contact to know his situation or where his head's at. No one actually knows anything about Manchester United. So a lot of the stuff that we're doing, even on content creation, it's word of mouth from these dead journalists. Let's be real. And if not, it's been recycled for days, weeks even. It is actually getting to a point where we want stuff to be closed off, where we don't know where the leaks. Get rid of the leaks. Stop Garnacho's brother. He's an absolute turd, right? To the point where it's like, okay, well, a few leaks would be nice. Can we know a couple things? It is the summer. It's not like we're looking at league lineups, but it's like United's put they pulled a plug, said enough is enough, and then they plugged that, and then they plugged that, and then that's it. We don't know shit. It's kind of annoying. But in the same breath, you probably have to be happy that, your club's not getting leaked information like it was 24/7 before. Every little detail, even, I don't know what the dinner lady's cooking, or let alone what Rashford has done tonight or going to do tonight. Cunha and Mbeumo are going to do bits. I agree they are. I'm super excited. You know what? Yeah, when you're seeing the likes of Chelsea ball out yesterday, you're seeing the likes of Liverpool getting their preseason going as well. They got exciting players. Man City got exciting players. Obviously, we're all eager to see what happens. If this manager's good or not good enough. Are these players good or not good enough? Is Ineos going to be good enough? Like, there's so much optimism. But in the same breath, it's still underwhelming because we need to see it to believe it. We've been underhanded in terms of time as well. It might be a long season, or it could start really well. You could beat Arsenal, and then before you know it, the whole fan base is buzzing. You see Mbeumo score if he gets over the line, then or Cunha put an absolute clinic in it or something because Zubimendi can't catch up. I don't know. It's just the first game of the season will really set the tone and the mood for most of us United fans. Preseason, I'm not fussed if we lose. It's probably about what kind of situation we get put in on the pitch, whether you're playing against these Aston Villas, Newcastles, or whoever it is over in America. And also his injuries. Every time we go over to America, we always get injuries. Lenny Yoro being one of the most recent ones. Even flipping Kobe Mainu being the other one as well. It's a joke. I can't put I can't put a prediction yet. I get asked this pretty much every time. It's just I've got expectations, and the way I believe things are going to go is probably not how it's going to go. Since when do I get predictions correct, right? Maybe a couple teams, but with United, you can't say much. Every other team's got established defenses, established managers, established attacks. Everything's going for them. Us is just, I don't even know how to even put, I don't even know what to even say, even with Cunha and Mbeumo. I just say, keeping standards up, obviously, in terms of going for trophies and that. But if Ruben Amorim gets A, B, C, D, basically 4 or 5 players that I like, and with 1 game a week, you have to be getting Champions League as the bare minimum. That's it for me. You can't really be accepting 6th place or 7th place. But since when is 7th and 6th ever acceptable? Never. I don't want to be playing Europa League. I don't care how lean our players look. If this is all the positives going around, then yeah, I expect 1 game a week to work in our favor. I expect this style of play that he wants to implement to be correct. I know he's only had 6 months doing it, but with better players, I expect better results. Do you get what I'm saying? I know maybe I'm not being realistic, but that's the expectation. If you don't go far in these trophies like FA Cup and Carabao Cup, I'm sorry, even though it is a bit of a baby cup, still a cup. I expect to go far in that competition because you're playing 1 game a week. That's just my logic, and I think we can get that. It just depends how we start the season. If we start the season well, then the fan base is more united. I remember under Eric Ten Hag in the first season, before it was all toxic. I just remember how bad it really was around United. But I remember a period between just after that Brentford game where we got smoked. I think we came back off the break. I think it was not looking pretty. But after the break, or just before, I think we just beat Liverpool, right? We lost to Brighton 2-1, if I'm correct. I think Eriksen played false 9. I remember being at that game. I pretty much was at all the games. Then we got smoked by Brentford. I was going to go to that game. Luckily, we didn't. Then we beat Liverpool, and then before you know it, the break, and it's like that's the only time I've seen United fans come together. And then the thing that broke us the most was obviously that absolute fucking battering that Liverpool gave us. I'm just hoping we get put in that situation again where it's like United fans are actually buzzing, not just like in person, but like on streams, in chats. You lot stop arguing with one another. My point's more right than yours. That stuff's annoying. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a positivity freak, but I just prefer that. I feel like some people just like to argue for argument's sake. I'm in enough of those Man United groups anyways, as it is. Yeah, make sure you hit the likes, people. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Mbeumo third bid, the final bid. And you know what? We'll see if United's got the balls, let alone Brentford got the balls to reject it. Because if United actually reject it, if United's bid gets rejected, I got a feeling United's going to go back in for a 4th. And very quickly as well. I don't believe Brentford are going to discredit this bid, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see in it. The game's the game. We've seen stuff like with this Frankie de Jong saga go left, and we were chasing that guy for like 8 weeks just to end up with Casemiro for 70 million or 65 million or something along them lines. Stupid, isn't it? Cass, do you want to bet Gok1 don't score 20 Prem goals? Who's Gok1? I would love to take your money. I don't bet. I don't bet money. Betting's not for me. Yeah, betting, if you do it responsibly, up to you, whatever. But I think it ruins lives more than it helps lives. So, yeah. Who's got Kwan, by the way? I would like to know who got Kwan is. Isn't he? He's a chef, isn't he? Or is he a chef? Or is he a personality? Oh my days, it's this dude. He's definitely not. He is a chef. This dude. Oh my word. What am I looking at? Gyökeres. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Big up though. It's almost been 2 months. No, it's been 1 month. It's not almost been. It's been 1 month and a half nearly. Oh yeah, that guy, the fashion dude. Yeah, the fashion dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. But Gyökeres, I'll see. I don't know. I do reckon he does score about 20 goals. It's a shame, innit? Because I was kind of gearing up for Gyökeres to be a part of Man United. I thought they were going to end up choosing Šeško. Actually, you know what? They were going to, but Leipzig decided they don't want to budge. So is what it is, isn't it? Doesn't really change much, but it looks like we got to go for Ollie Watkins. And then now I'm seeing Liverpool are interested in Mateta, which is absolutely frying my head, by the way. Mateta to Liverpool is the fact is I can actually see that. And you know what the maddest thing is, yeah, with this whole Mateta situation is, if Liverpool end up going for him, I guarantee they end up spending something stupid like 40 million. And then you look at us thinking, wait, what are we doing? Why does Osman not want to join us? It's not that Osman don't want to join us. We just don't want to pay his ridiculous wages. You know, I thought all along that his wage demands were fake. And then you see what he's getting at Turkey. I think he's on something like 40 million a year or something like. You're not getting that United. So it's super unrealistic. And also, when you see the fee that Napoli are getting off them, what are they getting? Like 60 million? I think they're getting like 60 million for him or something. I just thought like, ooh, imagine putting down a 60 million fee and then forking out 15 million a year when you're trying to change the structure and the way things are going at United. I think United's offering for you Osimhen before, when they're allegedly in talks were, if I remember reading up, is United wanted to put down a base fee of like 180 or 190 and then everything else is incentive. And he said no. So yeah, 75 million euro. That's crazy, man. How many bids until Brentford call harassment? Wait, that's a good one, you know. I like that. I mean, it's not exactly 5-6 bids. Like, I don't know, but 3 bids after that. Yeah, you know what? If there's a 4th bid, then definitely, I would say call harassment, call the police. But I do believe Mbeumo does happen. I think he's meant to report for training today. It's Monday, right? So yeah, he was meant to go to training. We'll see if he's in training. If not, it's another good indication. We need to see if there's any pictures. If anyone's found any of that, then great. But expect links to Nicolas Jackson after Mbeumo's done 1,000,000%. Actually, I've got a question for you guys. Let me check what the likes are on first. 82 likes, right? So 16, or is it 18 likes away? You know what? I would like 125. If I can get 125 likes, I'm buzzing, right? Let me ask you lot this. So this whole Garnacho to Chelsea, it's I don't know how credible it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a movement. I haven't seen anything beyond what you lot have seen. I'm pretty much in the same boat as you lot. You lot find more information. But I see the Laurie Whitwell stuff. It looks like it's a recycled news. So, but that's only from a week ago. Actually, you know what's funny enough? Talk about a week ago. I didn't even know that Chelsea was still interested in Garnacho or in contacts. But then I see Luckhurst put out a post, or let's say tweet or an article saying there's something going on with the agency and Garnacho's agent as well and stuff like that. It seems like a massive mess. I have no idea about. I see Napoli, again, small rumours that there's interested to go back in for him, but he wants to stay in the Prem. My question is, and you lot are going to kill me, would you swap Garnacho and Jackson? Pick up Lee Martin, man. Would you swap Garnacho and Jackson? They wanted to swap in Nkunku. It came out again that we're not interested in Nkunku. We was before, but not now, right? Are you swapping Jackson? Because I'm desperate. I'm not gonna lie. As a stepping stone, kind of like just a stepping stone. Are you saying yes or no? You know what? I should have put that. No, I should have put that in the should have put that in the poll. My bad. Even if, you know what, how about this? Even if you don't support Manchester United, you don't have to support. If it was you, if you saw Garnacho and Jackson, you said, you know what, my club owns Garnacho, would you swap him for Jackson? It's a quick yes or no. Oh my days. Big up Tarek, man. Tarek, you always come in. Yeah, man. I don't know about you, but big up Tarek, man. He says, that's for the shirt. I hope you lot get Jackson. Big up, my brother. You know what? Just for that super chat, I hope you get Jackson. I lied. Big up, man. I appreciate you lot. Big up Tarek, man. W's for Tarek, by the way, if you don't mind. MGW's off. Where did you see that? Big up Tarek. Again, look, big up Tarek, man. Big up for you, man. I swap Jackson for Nelson. What's the difference? I'd rather have Vardy on a free. No, you wouldn't. Stop lying to yourself, Fex. Stop lying to yourself. Put yourself on timer. No, deep it, yeah? We're not going to... All right, cool. Garnacho's going to go for 45 to 50 million, in my opinion, if he is to leave, right? Jackson, they're asking for a lot of money for him. But if it means we get a striker, a link-up kind of striker, because Jackson's a good footballer, it's just his finishing is so poor. And his final decisions are also quite poor at times as well. He's not the worst, but he's not great, is he? But are you taking Jackson? If it's straight swap, no money, I'd rather get Vardy. You lot off your head, man. I'd rather have Indra Musa. When it comes to my personal chat, yeah, you lot are goated. I'm not even gonna lie. You lot actually make my day. Indra Musiala is crazy. Jackson can at least get past him, man. Once he's there, he's a Ghana. I like what you did there. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm doing it. Am I positive? You know what? Yeah, I've got another question before we even move on to other little bits and bobs. What kind of Man United fan am I? You know, on a scale of negative, toxic, negative, balanced, positive, toxic, positive. Where do I fit? Alistair Gold. Oh, wait, let me double check this. No way. Alistair Gold. Have you got his No, what? Let me just write Gibbs White. See what pops up. Are you sure? I haven't seen anything yet about Gibbs White. I haven't seen anything as of yet. If that goes off, that's going to be hilarious. No, I haven't seen anything. A little toxic positive. A passionate merchant. That's toxic positive, isn't it? You're not calling me a girl of the fan base. Toxic positive. Balance for sure. Balance. I'm talking just on Man United, by the way. I'm not talking... When I talk on Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, I hear that part, but Manchester United exclusively. Ali Gold confirmed deal much less advanced than other journalists made out. Morgan Gibbs White never left Forest. Forest owners stopped him from leaving. Very tense moment for the deal. Ooh. Nasty. I'm a toxic positive, Don. You're passionate about United. Yeah, I know. Big up Kong, man. I tried. Near tie, you lot are taking the piss. All right, fair enough then, man. Fair enough. But yeah, expect more Jackson rumors. I just need Garnacho to leave. It's as much as I'm excited about all these purchases that might happen, right? I'm just so tired of no sales happening. And it seems like a few sales are kind of close. You know, I know there's, you know, we get all these sell-on clauses and we've made like what 19-20 million from it in total. But it's like, what about the rest of it though? What about the bodies? You know, the ones that we want to get. Anthony, there's not a lot of movement that we've seen in the news about him going to Betis. There's talks of Bayer Leverkusen wanting Anthony. There's talks of other clubs wanting Anthony, like in Italy as well. And he won't cost them a lot. And when it comes to the wage part, it's not that big of an issue compared to Betis. So why is that hanging on there? Why is United still allowing it? It's the 14th of July. The preseason is nearly upon us. Why have they not moved? You know, Rashford got in this whole Barcelona. Barcelona clearly don't rate him as much because they're willing to put up money for Luis Diaz. That's not happening no more. And then what's it called? And then now, you know, obviously with Nico Williams, that's off target. they won't want to put money for him because they're trying to exploit United. But without money in United getting money out of it, then well, for me, it's just, it doesn't seem exactly like Rashford's going to get going anytime soon. Same thing with Garnacho. We actually haven't really seen a concrete link. We've seen so much interest in Garnacho. I think 2-3 days ago, where there was multiple clubs that are interested in, but like, that's great. I'm interested in multiple different women, by the way, but it doesn't mean I'm going to go for them or they're going to come for me. Do you know what I mean? Name names. We want name some names. That's it. Every time they put Garnacho and their name, no one actually says any teams. Why is everything a close? I just want to know what it is. It's getting ridiculous. This is why I say, has everything really been sharp in terms of like United leaking out stuff? But everyone else seems to have a link with a certain club and we know the name. But with Garnacho, he's on 50 grand a week. Why does no one want to pick him up? Is it really true that his agency's that mental that he can't get a move or whatever? Or is his ego through the roof? He wants to stay in the Premier League, but Chelsea's just finished their Club World Cup. My only bet is that Chelsea's finished their Club World Cup. They got rid of Madueke and there's a space left. In his mind, there must be some contact with Chelsea saying we're still interested. We'll see what happens. He's willing to wait around for a week or two and see what happens there because he's not training with the team. He's not allowed on preseason either. He's been left out allegedly as well from what I read. So who else wants you? You know, this whole thing that they actually might go for Morgan Rogers instead is a real thing. They had real interest in him. They just won a Club World Cup. They won like 128 million overall, everything around that. That paid for all three of their signings pretty much. That means they can go again. They can go and get a marquee signing, right? They might not even need a winger because Cole Palmer could play over on the right. So they could literally suit their attacking mid situation to either João Pedro, which could be the case, but also they might need someone extra, right? Because João Pedro is probably viewed as a striker. Enzo Fernandez, the new attacking mid. I think that's probably the best role for him. Morgan Rogers adds that little bit of extra PMP flex that they kind of lack at the moment. So more of that, you know, they've got an elite ball carrier. It's going to cost them like 80 million. Garnacho then might therefore go over to to Aston Villa if they're interested still. And it's all like a Bermuda Triangle, but we're left last. You know, it's like an isosceles triangle. We're just, it's so disjointed, right? It's not all the same. That's anytime United's involved in some sort of situation, it's always disjointed. It's actually very annoying. So where's he going to go? Rashford, why is there not more suitors for him? Why is it only Barcelona? And even when it comes to a loan, according to Fabrizio from yesterday, they haven't even made a decision on him. So Matteo Moretto, and all the rest of them, was it Pletzigo? I'm not saying they're not right. It could be true that they're going to move for him, but at this moment of time, they haven't made a move for him because guess what? I guarantee Barcelona, as they always do, are pondering over different targets. I thought Hansi Flick gave him the green light. I thought Deco liked him. So all this twerking for Barcelona, even knowing that they don't really like you, is, oh, can you get a move on somewhere else? Link with Fenerbahce. I'm sorry. How many times have we seen Turkish links and they're all bollocks? Honestly, any Turkish journalists, they're all shit. They're honestly shit. They're like the Portuguese media, but just the Turkish versions. They're just aggregators and they don't really know anything. I want Garnacho and Watkins to swap. But I would love it in a world where he's still, Rashford could still end up at Aston Villa as the number 9. Go swap in Watkins. Let him be the main number 9. You're going to be in the Premier League and you're going to be seen. Let's see what you can do. You're right. You're in Europa League as well. They're going to bang a lot of goals in Europa League. That means Marcus Rashford's going to score more goals. No? I see Vlahovic is linked with Aston Villa. That's one thing I saw earlier. Douglas Luiz. I want Douglas Luiz. But again, I'm seeing other teams wanting him, like Everton again being re-linked with him. There's another team that were linked with him as well. It was not just Everton. There was someone else. But it did seem like it was a bit made up. Luiz to United. Where do you see this? I would love to see that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh yeah, that's it. Tottenham. I see Tottenham linked with Douglas Luiz, and they need a 6. And if they get a 6 like that, then that team's becoming a lot more complete than we think. Kudu's already over the line. Yeah, I see Tottenham. Edison from Atalanta's getting a lot more. Again, he's being assessed by a lot of Saudi clubs. I don't think we're going to go for him. You know what is with me, yeah, with this whole United and going for players that are worth, I don't know, let's say 55 million plus, 50 million plus. Because of this whole Mbeumo stuff, I don't really want to get into another round of talks with a player that's costing 50 plus million, because I feel like we're just going to be tight fucks, right? Get a player that's worth 25, 30 million. That's the way I view it. United have the money. That's the biggest issue. United actually do have the money. It's just we're really just being tight with it. What likes are we on? We were on 137. Oh, you lot are doing absolute madness. Big up for yourselves for doing that. I won't even ask again. Dybala has 20 million. Dybala's finished, man. Let's be real. I said that before. It is a blessing in disguise. You can't try and rewrite that any other way. You know, I know there's, again, I said it earlier. So if you came in a little bit late, I said, I don't wish injury on no one, but sometimes you got to there has to be a bit of a sacrificial lamb for something, you know. In terms of Man United, we need to move forward. Onana getting injured is the best case scenario. I don't want to go into another season where we're relying on Biyindi and Andre Onana. Biyindi is worse than Onana. I'm going to be real. He's way worse. I don't even know how that man's even a goalkeeper. Palace potentially losing Wall and Eze. They won't lose all of them in one window, I promise. The one that would lose two of them max is probably Eze because of his release clause, and probably Gay. I don't think they're going to let Mateta go. He's got 1 year left, though, so maybe. Wharton, no chance. Kyle Walker-Peters on a free, but where's he going to play? They want the Botafogo keeper because he's cheap. I'm gonna maintain my stance. The whole thing with this Botafogo keeper, he actually, you know what? He didn't actually look out of place. He looked quite good. What's his name? I can't remember what his name is, but he looked quite good from what I was watching. They play some absolute drastic football though, but they seem decent. That's John. I think that's one of John Texter's clubs, right? Botafogo. They need money, so getting that would be an easy deal. I think it is a £6 million, something along them lines. But I'm all for what's his name? What's his name again? No, John Victor. But I want our young goalkeeper. I want to see what he can do. The one that had the loan spell. I want to see what he can do. Just Gulag be in there. If he wants to stay here, cool. Go train with the flip again. Go play with the under 23s or something along them lines, because I don't see him being having a future there. He's not going to be third goalkeeper. That's usually just a space to fill up the English quota or British quota. Yeah, Vitek. That's it. Vitek. I want to see more of Vitek. Again, we're going to see him against Leeds, so that's a positive. I'm happy about that. You know, we'll see what he can do. If he gets packed in, then all them hopes, them hopes are gone. Hopes and dreams done out. Who's live right now? I think Famzone's live, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Cool. What we're gonna do, right? There's 300 of us in. I'm gonna be back late tonight. Late. I'm probably gonna do a late show. So watch out for that. Back on the grind, 2 shows a day. I'm not going anywhere or having any madnesses outside. So yeah, pretty much bang on. But if anyone that's here, make sure we go raid Fam Zone. Make sure you say Cass Raid as well, which we appreciated. There's a Discord in the link. Anyone wants to join and come talk with me, there's a Discord link as well. Don't be shy. But yeah, it'll be nice to see all 300 people raid. So loved that. Would you take Endrick on loan? Nah, not for me. Not